look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech, on the disrespect. Before they play, you better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of checking these buttons. It is Saturday. The weekend is here. We done made it. Thank you guys for the amazing love. Chapters down below if you want to skip around. As always, sub button right there. Either way, thank you guys for the massive love. We got some hot ass buttons that don't look like they're going away anytime soon. So without further ado, let's go. All right, now into the first set of Esports World Cup stepping their damn game up buttons that need to be checked. This is going to be a rather quick one because we got a whole lot of other ones that is going to get really deep. But anyway, real quick, so they just posted this. Man, what was this today? Literally, they said, where every champion will have their names etched forever, the Esports World Cup 2025 totem is here. I guess it's a cool idea. They're going to create this thing where, I guess if you're a champion, they etch your name in, and it's going to literally stay there forever. Kind of cool, but the trailer looks pretty hype. Let's check it out. It looks like they just keep upping the game, man. There it is. League of Legends, Fatal Fury, Counter-Strike, Tekken 8. What?
This is my legacy.
They didn't fucking around. There you go. Nothing is granted. Everything is earned. All right, man. That's what's up. I'm going to rewind it real quick. Hold on. Right here. I want to see.
This is my legacy.
Right here. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Check it out, y'all. Where we at? Fatal Fury. $1 million. Millie for the Fatal Fury. Right? City of the Wolves. Where else? I know I saw it in there. Tekken 8. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on with that, right? We'll get deeper in a second. And Street Fighter 6, money upon money. And chess. Ooh, we got chess. I'm just playing. I don't give a damn about no chess. Either way, you see, it's going down. Millions upon millions. I think they made another announcement saying like this year is going to be over like $70 million total. Cash prizes, some insane number like that. Unlimited amount of money going on in Saudi, going on with this Esports World Cup. I mean, even before we get to that, the qualifiers alone, because you got to go through all that to even get to the EWC. So it's going to be very interesting to say the least with the state of not only Street Fighter 6, which obviously isn't a pretty good place compared to everything else, but we still got to see what they're going to do with the new season, more so on Tekken 8. But before we get into that, this trailer alone, what y'all think about this idea and the way they presented it? Let me know. All right, now into the main set of buttons is Tekken 8 ruining the locals or that local scene buttons that need to be checked. This is crazy because y'all already know if you watch this channel, hell, if you got eyes and ears, you've been seeing that it's a weird place right now. FGC, primarily Tekken community. When we talk about that season 2 patch that dropped, we're still waiting on the, the emergency update patches, which should happen, I guess, anytime now towards the end of April, but we'll see. A lot of people don't have too many high hopes in that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, starting right here before we get into the local debate, I see these tweets posted, man, just today. Right here saying, first time I had an upset stomach and threw up every day yesterday, the whole day, because I was playing season 2. I never felt as much stress as before, or I never felt as this stressed as before. This game is really dangerous, honestly. And y'all, this is coming from like a lot of Tekken pros. Sponsored Tekken players and also Arslan Ash, you see right here. They're actually quote retweeting Arslan saying, I played Tekken today and there wasn't a single round where I didn't curse the game. It's too bad and stressful. Now we go deeper right here with Spag. Spag actually had a Heat Speak. He has like this podcast where he gets pros together and they kind of weigh in and tell their opinions. And Spag's been going through a lot, y'all. He's been like catching a lot of heat. Heat Speak, let's say, is a perfect name for this shit because he's been catching a lot of heat saying his honest opinion. Some of it is like, yo, I agree with all of y'all complaints. And other is like, yo, I'm trying to be, trying to have a, hopeful mindset. having some hope in the devs. Let's wait to see how it goes, and you know, trying to be on the bright side. But because of that, he's caught a lot of fucking shade from the community, calling him a bot or calling him a sellout. That's why when he wrote this post, it was like, this might be the last hate speaks that I do. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, let's check out a clip.
The exotic sidewall conversion, as long as you've got your heat burst. And it's like always having that available just makes something that was already a problem even worse. The combos are just way too long.
You know, so I always have been very vocal about like how bad the direction, how bad is the direction of Tekken it, and I have been very vocal about it on Twitter. You know, and I was like everyone. I didn't play Tekken 5, so I don't know how was Tekken 5 and how it changed and how was Tekken 5 DR. So I didn't know anything about it. But I was hoping that they would, you know, balance the thing, and heat has always been a problem. You know, I don't know how they're gonna fix it. I think they should always be a meter. There has to be a meter because it just looks so boring. Every round looks pretty much the same. Like you launch and then you do the combo and then you activate heat either at wall or during the combo and then 150-50 and then you die. Every round looks very familiar. And I have been playing other games like Street Fighter. I think these games are more fun because you have to build the meter and then you have you value, you know, when you are making or building a meter. In case of Akuma player, usually they don't like spend meter in every round. You know, it was hard to beat meter at the end of the Tekken 7. You know, so they used to value their meter. So it has to be a meter. So we all value, and but right now it looks like you have to spend it. If you don't spend it, it will be a waste. So every round looks the same. I don't like this direction, and now it's more broken. But the thing is that I'm a pro player in season 1 when I was so frustrated, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play the most broken character, and I picked Azucena, and then I started winning tournaments, and then I found out like Nina is so broken, so I started playing with Nina. I think no matter how broken the game is or will be, there is always a way to win. I have been playing, like I also played KF 13. That game was also very broken in terms of combos. So I figured 3 characters that were so broken, and then I was winning everything in that game as well. So like, if you don't say stuff about it, how bad it is right now, or instead of looking forward or figuring out the way of winning, I think is not good. So you have to be vocal about it, how bad the game. But still, there will be a way. So you have to figure out a way to win, but that is cheap. The game has to be fixed. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I hate, and that's the mind obviously of a champion, right? Like even if the game is broken or is like it's really like crazy at the moment, like there's always going to be a way to win, and as someone as a professional, you have to find that way because sometimes you ain't got a choice, man.
All right, so there you have it. Like I said, there is a whole lot more. Link down below. Definitely check that out. That just happened today, April 12th. So definitely check that out. Now going on to them local side. Is Tekken 8 diminishing the locals as we know it? I've seen a lot of posts from just players and TOs like, yo, something is happening dramatically in our scene because of this season 2. Right here, starting off with Yosef saying, we got 14 entrants for Tekken 8 at YSB, been averaging about 30 to 40 entrants every month before season 2. Imagine TOing this game for 2 decades and giving it your all only for monthlies to get these numbers. The community doesn't deserve this. We continue right here with Super Akuma saying, right before season 2, and he's quote retweeting the one that we just read, right before season 2, we managed to strike a deal and have a second place to run a local. They invested in buying the games plus season passes and even more tournament worthy screens. Now I might have to call them and tell them the game died overnight. And going even deeper right here, we got the mayor saying, I usually try to go to a Thursday bi-weekly in North India, typically between 50 to 20 T8 entrants. They had 15 T8 entrants, even when multiple of us were out of at Texas Showdown. Last Thursday, they had 3. This patch has done unbelievably damage to the Tekken community. Unbelievable damage to the Tekken community. And going on, somebody by the name of Akeem says, Tekken 8 Season 2 at my locals. Watch to the end. Check out this clip. Okay, you see it right here. He's there. I guess, well, there's one person there. I guess that's a different side where they're gaming, but you can see right there, Tekken. All of that's supposed to be Tekken. Nobody's there. You get the point. Then from there, unfortunately, it goes deeper. I see somebody else posting this saying, Wolves at the Wallace, number 60, Tekken 8. You can see the results right here. Somebody quote retweets that one saying, you know Tekken is in a bad spot when the entire local had more fun complaining about how terrible it is right now than actually playing the game. The Birmingham portion didn't show, which is a testament of the game considering Birmingham is Tekken's biggest audience in the UK. And even deeper, I noticed somebody posting this shit. Remember the other day, I think it was the last video or something like that, people were talking about even the Evo numbers were dwindling when it comes to entries as far as like Tekken 8. Street Fighter went up, what did they say, by like almost 1,500 or some crazy ass number. It was some ridiculous number, right? Just going up. Tekken was going down. I think they lost about 300 entrants, something like that. Right here, they actually posted a graph saying 2004 to 2005 Evo Japan. Let's go ahead and zoom on this. Here you go. Street Fighter 6 had over 5,000. It was about 60%. Tekken 8 had about 1,247. Going here, now Street Fighter 6 is at 73% and Tekken 8 is at 960. You can see the rest of the games right here. Somebody tried to make the argument though, like, well, it's natural because of the timing and whatnot, but they were like, no. It was the same even the year before, I guess in 2023. So the dip looks like it only started just now from what they're saying. And then from there, y'all, I had to bring it up because I was curious. I was like, whatever happened to the Tekken boycott? Remember we talked about that? I think that was last week. It was insane because when somebody originally posted it, they were like, yo, we almost got 500 people signing this. When I clicked on it, it was like over 2,000. It jumped like hella quick. So I haven't seen it in a few days. I was like, what's up? Check this out, y'all. We got over 6,291. You know what? That was this morning. Let me refresh. Let's refresh to see what's going on right now. 6,307. 6,000. It jumped over 4,000 since the last time I saw it, and I believe it was just a few days ago. Interesting though, I saw this disclaimer they put. They said impersonation concerns. Remember we talked about the last one because some players were like, yo, I didn't sign it, but I'm seeing my name on the list. What's up with that? We even saw some people go as far to say like, I didn't sign it, but I don't blame whoever did because something needs to be done. But anyway, check this out. Impersonation concerns. If you're concerned about your Tekken ID being submitted without your consent, please email your Tekken ID from this website. If it's already on the list, it'll be removed and protection will be applied to prevent further submissions. Damn, protection will be applied to prevent further submissions. So that's what's up, because I'm not gonna lie, originally I thought, well, who knows? Can somebody just be manipulating the numbers and make it look like it's bigger than it really is? But shit, they're now implementing this saying, no, we're legit. Like you can submit it, we'll take the shit off. Not only that, but we'll provide further protection for the future as well. I mean, obviously you have to take it with a grain of salt because I don't know exactly how this is run, but it looks like they're actually trying to prove like these are real people. And right now you have over 6,000. And then wrapping it up right here, I don't want to say this is the nail in the coffin because I think, obviously, okay, I'm going to save this for after. These are my afterthoughts. But right here, wrapping it with Blackheart. Talking about the lack of communication from the devs. I've seen this from multiple people. At first, I was going to do a whole section on this, but I was like, nah, we'll just wrap it with this. So Blackheart posted this saying, Tekken team's radio silence is honestly astonishing. No news since the emergency patch announcement, no reassurance, nothing, just emptiness. Dark times indeed for Tekken fans. Hope they will recover from this, but silence speaks more than any loud word. There you have it. That one has over 687 likes. Well, by the time I'm recording this anyway. So yeah, and like I said, I've seen other people say the same thing, like them not communicating or not knowing how to communicate right now says a lot. They need to hire somebody else to work PR or social media, whatever the hell they need to do. But the fact that this would all happen, that they would go all completely silent, says a lot. Now, here's what I was going to say about all this. When I initially read this part about the, I can't talk today, about the radio silence, I was like, well, maybe they've said all they can. Like what else, playing devil's advocate, what else could they really say right now? And maybe they're like, we just got to fix some shit. fuck all the talking. We gotta really fix some shit, so let's disappear and buckle down, because the next time we speak, the next time we do anything, it got to be amazing, because we gotta try to save this shit. That's how I would like to think, right? But one can make the argument, like I'm seeing a lot of tweets like, okay, that's cool, but at least have somebody in PR or, you know, running your social media accounts that knows how to relay that. So it looks like you're not just disappearing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like running away from something, that you're actually like, yo, we are in the works of creating something. Now, I know that they did make a statement about emergency patch. I think even Harada made a tweet like a week ago or something saying, I mean, anything I say right now, I know it's not gonna resolve anything, but just know we're working on it type of stuff. Now with the local scene, one can make the argument that, man, locals have been dying for a while. We've seen the decrease. We've seen people do hashtag support your locals. We've seen that for a long time. But on the flip side, look at some of these locals that are making this announcement. They're like, well, everybody showed up for the other games. It's just Tekken 8 side where the numbers are dwindling. So if that's really the case, I mean, what do you say about that, right? And then as far as the boycott, I saw some people arguing with that, saying it's cringe as hell. Why would you do that? That's so extra. But then other people are like, bro, we bought the damn game. We spent our damn money. Why wouldn't we have the right to speak up and to fight for a game that we love? Like Arslan said in that Heat speak, I'm not sure if I showed that part, but he said, if you're gonna find a way to win, you're gonna find a way to win. People are gonna still compete because they basically have to. There's a lot of money on the line. There is a lot of money with this EWC. So it's almost like fucking adapt. You can still talk your shit, sign your petition, but people in the end are gonna find a way to adapt when it comes to esports. But how much does that really matter when it comes to the rest of the community, like we're boycotting or we're not playing? How do you feel about that? Let me know. That it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you were feeling. Thank you guys for the amazing love. We don't see you tomorrow. It'll more than likely be the next day, but we are on course to see you tomorrow. So expect a video sometime tomorrow. Thank you guys for everything, man. Just hit 70, on the way to 71, and we got a lot more coming. I think we do have some sponsors coming up this week. So once again, as always, if you rock with them, I appreciate it because it definitely helps the channel. If you don't, we'll catch you on the next button check, man. Or just use that magic fast forward button. That's all you got to do. Just fast forward a little bit and get to checking the buttons. Either way, man, I appreciate the massive love as always. I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.